Hello, welcome to VNA Broadcast Daily. I'm following today's highlights.
Party General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng arrives in Đắk Nông Province during a working tour of the Central Highlands. Foreign Minister Phạm Bình Minh pays an official visit to the Republic of Korea from December 6th to 9th. The Saigon Tourist Holding Company starts construction on a 4-star resort in Bản Dốc Waterfalls in northern Cao Bằng Province.
Party General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng arrived in Đắk Nông Province on December 8th during a working tour of the Central Highlands. He urged the province to utilize its potential in land and forestry to develop industrial crops and high-technology agriculture.
At his meeting with provincial officials, General Secretary Trọng affirmed the province's important role and position in socio-economic, security, defense, and foreign affairs. He hailed the local party committee, authorities, and people for obtaining significant socio-economic development results this year, particularly a 3% fall in poverty rate. However, 23.8% of households in the province are still living under the poverty line. Therefore, Đắk Nông should promote the rural area building movement and implement sustainable poverty reduction programs. The party leader also instructed the province to strengthen land and forestry management as the local forest areas and its quality are increasing. Earlier, he visited two districts, Quảng Tâm, Cẩm Miu, an especially challenging area with over 40% of the local population living under the poverty line. He presented gifts to state policy beneficiary families in the commune.
President Trương Tấn Sang has paid a visit to engineers and workers at the construction site of the Lai Châu hydropower plant in the northwestern mountainous province of the same name.
The 102,000 megawatt hydropower plant, consisting of 3 turbines, is expected to be operational by 2016. Lai Châu hydropower plant is the third of its kind built on the river. It follows the 1,920 megawatt hydropower plant in Hòa Bình province and the 2,400 megawatt hydropower plant in Sơn La province. Sang's visit was part of his Lai Châu tour on December 8 to inspect the implementation of socio-economic development plans, national defense and security, and rural development. During his tour, the president attended the inaugural ceremony of a memorial house dedicated to lawyer Nguyễn Hữu Thọ and a primary school named after him in Giang village, Mường Tè commune. The projects were built in commemoration of the time Thọ was detained there by the French 62 years ago. Nguyễn Hữu Thọ was acting state president from April 1980 to July 1981, and chairman of the National Assembly from 1981 to 1987.
Foreign Minister Phạm Bình Minh paid an official visit to the Republic of Korea from December 6th to 9th on the occasion of the two countries' 20th anniversary of diplomatic ties.
At a meeting with President Lee Myung-bak, Minister Minh affirmed that cooperation with the Republic of Korea is a top priority in Vietnam's external relations. President Lee Myung-bak also reiterated the intention to continue to boost the bilateral strategic cooperative partnership between the Republic of Korea and Vietnam in the coming time. Earlier, on December 7, Foreign Minister Minh held talks with Minister of Foreign Affairs and Trade of the Republic of Korea, Kim Seung-hwang, on measures to implement high-level agreements reached by the two countries' leaders. They agreed that the two foreign ministries will work closely together to organize high-level visits and boost cooperation in politics, defense, and security, as well as ties between ministries, agencies, and localities. The two sides will encourage ROK businesses to increase investment in Vietnam, aiming to raise bilateral trade to $20 billion in the coming time and strike trade balance. Minister Kim said the ROK will coordinate closely with Vietnam to support the Vietnamese community in his country, especially Vietnamese brides and those working and studying in the ROK. Within the framework of Foreign Minister Minh's visit, the 2012 Vietnam Week was launched on December 6th. The Vietnamese embassy in ROK hosted a reception on December 7 to mark the 20th anniversary of Vietnam-ROK diplomatic ties, December 22nd. Addressing the event, ROK Prime Minister Kim Hwang-sik highlighted the developments in the two countries' relations, from the traditional sectors of trade and investment to newer areas including technology, green development, and coping with climate change. Bilateral relations have developed not only extensively but also intensively on the basis of mutual understanding and trust, he said. A Vietnam ROK forum promoting investment in industrial zones and economic zones in Vietnam were also held on this occasion. A Vietnam ROK Gala Night was organized on December 8 and broadcast on the international channel of the Korean Broadcasting System KBS. On the occasion, an event introducing Vietnam's cuisine was held, attracting a large number of Korean visitors. The Vietnam Week in the ROK wrapped up in success, contributing to promoting Vietnam's image to the ROK people and strengthening mutual understanding, friendship, and people-to-people exchange between the two peoples.
A delegation of Hanoi, led by Phạm Quang Nghị, Secretary of Hanoi Municipal Party Committee, is paying a working visit to Vientiane, Laos from December 8th to 12th.
Nghị held talks with the mayor cum secretary of the Municipal Party Committee of Vientiane, so-called Mahalat, on December 8. The two sides noted with satisfaction that the cooperation between the two capital cities has developed comprehensively in various fields. The two cities have maintained regular exchanges of high-ranking delegations to share experience and boost bilateral ties. A number of socio-economic projects have been implemented effectively, with typical examples being the Vientiane Hanoi Friendship Vocational School and Vientiane Politics Public Administration School. Besides, Hanoi is assisting Vientiane in agroforestry, healthcare, education training, and cultural information. In the coming time, the leaders agreed to continue their close coordination and mutual support, thus contributing to the growth of relations between the two countries.
Construction on the Duyên Hải 3 thermoelectric power plant started in the Mekong Delta province of Chau Vinh on December 8th. This is one of the key projects in the National Electricity Plan for the 2015 and 2016 period.
Speaking on the occasion, Deputy Prime Minister Hoàng Trung Hải affirmed that the decision to build Duyên Hải Electricity Center in Chau Vinh demonstrates the government's attention to economic development in the Mekong Delta region. The Duyên Hải 3, with a design capacity of 1,244 megawatts, is one of 3 power plants in the Duyên Hải Electricity Center. It has a total investment of more than 28 trillion Vietnam dongs, or $1.35 billion. The plant has 2 turbines and is expected to generate 7.8 billion kilowatt-hours of electricity per year when it becomes operational in the next 4 years. Deputy Prime Minister Hải urged provincial authorities to closely coordinate with the investors and contractors to ensure the project's progress.
The Saigon Tourist Holding Company has started construction on a 4-star resort at Ban Dốc Waterfalls in Trung Khánh District, the northern mountainous province of Cao Bằng.
The 170 billion Vietnam dong resort covers 31 hectares and will include 60 hotel rooms, 24 villas, and a 200-seat conference hall and recreation area. The first phase of the project is expected to be operational by late 2013. The Saigon Ban Dốc Resort, the first of its kind in Cao Bằng province, plays an important role in provincial tourism development, border defense, and development. It is part of a cooperation program between Ho Chi Minh City and Cao Bằng province.
The Vietnam-Switzerland Friendship Association held a concert in Zurich on December 7th to mark its 30th anniversary. The activity also aimed to raise donations for Vietnamese children victims of Agent Orange.
The concert received support and assistance from the Vietnamese embassy in Switzerland. It is one of the practical activities. The Vietnam-Switzerland Friendship Association, founded in 1982, has contributed to connecting Vietnamese and Swiss people in friendship. It has also organized practical activities to raise money for Agent Orange victims in Vietnam. Andrew Well, chairwoman of the association, said that struggling for Vietnamese victims of Agent Orange will continue to be the theme of their operations in the future. In addition, the association will prepare research tours to Vietnam next spring and organize other activities to consolidate the two people's friendship, she said.
And that is the end of our news today. Thanks for watching and goodbye for now.